Will we see an expanded universe? Hey, it's Chris the Batman Statue Collector. Welcome back once again to Brotherhood of the Bat Collectibles. And today I'm going to be talking about the Matt Reeves universe. The Todd Phillips universe has not done well, unfortunately, even though I love the Joker too. I know a lot of you out there didn't, and a lot of audiences hasn't liked it either. And so I'm going to be focusing on the Batman. Of course, Robert Pattinson. We've got Colin Farrell as the Penguin. And the Penguin has done incredibly, extraordinarily well. Not only is it a good DC show, it's just a freaking good show in general. It is amazing. It's like a combination of Breaking Bad with The Sopranos, but I think the writing's even better than those shows. Like these characters, the writing, and the fact that Colin Farrell completely disappears in the role of the Penguin of Oz Cobblepot is just absolutely outstanding. Now, of course, again, audiences have really resonated with this so much that I was watching actually John Campea. Now, John Campea, if you are familiar, has a great show on YouTube. He talks about all sorts of media, movies, and things like that. He's a big Batman fan. He's a big fan in general. And so if you haven't checked out his channel, make sure you do so. But anyway, John was talking about how, literally, the fact that they're wanting to make an expanded universe. They are wanting to continue on with other Gotham, and basically have like a Gotham universe. Whereas, they're going to be doing more of a fantasy version of these characters with Superman and Martian Manhunter and Green Lantern and all of that, where they're going into space and they can fly and stuff like that. Matt Reeves, that universe is not anywhere close to anything like that. It is based in reality. It is very gritty. It's very dark. And it feels like the real world. And that's exactly what they've created with the Penguin. And I love the Penguin show. I think I might even like it better than the movie at this point, which is saying a lot because I really am a fan. But obviously they are doing so well that could they do other characters? Could they do other like little mini series to expand this world? And of course they would have to do realistic takes, obviously, but that does of course then lead into the second film, which we're going to be getting first. So the Penguin's going to end, then we're going to get the second film. They're getting ready to film it now. And some people have wanted like this to be the Batman in the new movies, in terms of what they're doing with the more fantasy aspects, but I hope that they don't do that. They don't need to do that. There's no reason to do that because, again, they're two very separate universes. And so, again, once the Batman 2 starts filming, it does lead to questions about, who are going to be the villains, who are going to be, the main characters in this film. Obviously, I think Joker will be a part of it. I think they've kind of alluded to the fact that he's going to be kind of like a Hannibal Lecter, where he's gonna, like, Batman's actually gonna go to him for advice, and maybe eventually he'll break out of Arkham, but that's kind of what we're hearing. And so I personally want a Court of Owls. That would, to me, would be the best possible scenario. But what I've been hearing more and more of is Mr. Freeze. Now, of course, changing the character enough to get it to fit into this realistic world. No, he's not going to have an ice ray gun, or he's not going to use puns and say chill. He's not going to do any of that. But I think it's definitely a possibility because the movie is going to take place in wintertime. And obviously that might be a big hint. I still feel like they could incorporate him somehow. I still feel like they could still incorporate the Court of Owls very easily. It's already set up where there's these underground societies. There's all these societies that are basically controlling Gotham. But then once that film is concluded, I think that absolutely there is room for some of these other villains. But again, they would have to be rooted in reality. You're not going to get a Killer Croc. You're not going to get a Clayface. But you could get a Scarecrow. You could get a Mad Hatter. You could get a Professor Pig. You could get other characters, Harvey Dent, obviously Penguin. I'm looking at my David Finch wall trying to figure out who else would be a good fit. But there are certain characters that are definitely going to be better. You're not going to see a Man-Bat. You're probably not going to see Ra's al Ghul. Well, maybe you could. They did it, of course, in The Dark Knight. I don't know if they would want to repeat that. But another interesting thing, somebody actually reached out to me, and they said, wouldn't it be amazing if they are setting up Mr. Freeze for this second film, but they're actually setting it up in the Penguin show? So you might be thinking, okay, who could possibly turn into Mr. Freeze? Well, the kid that's helping Penguin, his name is Victor. Of course, Victor Freeze is the character of Mr. Freeze. So could they go that route? I'm just planting the seed there because I thought that was a really interesting thought where, you know, the very first end scene of Penguin episode 1, they were drinking an icy, right? They were drinking a freeze drink. And there's been like some comments here and there peppered in throughout the show, but could Victor end up becoming a supervillain? You know, Penguin is setting him up to become greater than what he is now, at least in his mind, to be somebody that's not stepped on and walked over. Could this be Victor Freeze? So again, I thought that was really interesting. But I am very excited about this news. Again, I think that absolutely we could see some really good stuff from Matt Reeves, and I would love to see them expand the universe. But I'm going to turn it over to you. Who would you like to see them tackle? Like if they were going to do more miniseries, you know, and I forgot to mention that they were going to do this Arkham show, and that got scrapped, I guess. But they could still do it, absolutely, and be, you know, I just think it could be fascinating to have like a character study inside of Arkham. It could be really fun, and maybe that show would maybe bridge the gap into these individual shows, so we get to know the characters a little bit better. I just absolutely love Penguin so far. Again, by the recording of this, it's been 3 episodes in. I'm really excited for episode 4 this coming weekend. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about all of this. Again, I'm extremely excited to see what they're going to do. And I love the idea. I'm way more excited about this than the James Gunn stuff. I'm way more excited about this because I love this dark, gritty, detective-oriented noir style that they are creating. And again, I get goosebumps watching The Penguin, and I cannot see Colin Farrell in that makeup. Like, it's crazy to me. I keep looking at him like, that's freaking Colin Farrell. It's amazing. And I think it is Heath Ledger level acting, okay? See if you agree with me on that as well. So anyway, I'm going to turn it over to you guys. Again, let me know what you guys think about this. Again, I just thought it would be fun to talk about today. And it's just interesting, the fact that even the news outlets are starting to pick up on, hey, maybe we have something here. Maybe there's going to be more and more added to this universe. And my fingers are crossed because I love it. I absolutely love what they're creating. Very dark, very gritty. It's my Batman. I love it. So anyway, turn it over to you. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Stay tuned. We've got a lot coming up this week. And next week, going into next week, of course, I am going to New York. I'll be flying out and hanging out with all of the Rogues guys that are going to be there. We're going to do a fan meetup. We're going to have some nice dinners. We're going to have some really great fun. We're going to do some sightseeing in New York. Really looking forward to hanging out with the guys. So anyway, thanks everybody for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Hope you all have a great rest of your day. Like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I'll see you right here in the Batcave. Bye, everybody. Hey guys, thank you so very much for watching today, and if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button right here on the screen and check out these 2 awesome videos. I think you're going to love them. And also please join us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I would love to have you join in all the fun. Thank you guys so very much for watching. See you in the Batcave.